Woo. My dad got me a new chair. It's not that heavy, by the way. I just did that because it's more entertaining. If I would have just walked in here like this, that's not that entertaining. Kind of boring. But if I did this, now that's entertaining. I like it. Okay, so what's the big tip? What is the big secret to learning to have perfect pronunciation? And don't worry, this isn't gonna be one of those videos where all I do is tell you, you have to practice. Although, practice really is important, and it is the root to all success. But in today's video, I'm actually going to be giving you a real tip. And hopefully, it will actually help you and motivate you to want to get up and go learn something. So what's the tip? The tip is to listen. That's correct. Listen. We do too much talking sometimes and not enough listening. Okay, so what should you listen to? Everything. Any chance you get to listen to someone else speak, open your ears. Okay? Whenever you're at the doctor's office and you're sitting in the waiting room, listen to what others around you are talking about. That is called eavesdropping. Eavesdropping means listening in on someone else's conversation. Is it kind of rude? I don't think so. They don't know you're listening, but do that everywhere you go and you'll start to be shocked at how much you understand. Because here's the truth. Most people talk about the same things. If you were to listen to 10 different daily conversations of complete strangers around you, you'd start to notice how often you hear the same things being spoken. And once you've watched enough English classes, those things that you hear people talking about around you will start to stand out. And you can try to piece them together and figure out what they're talking about. I do the same thing when people are talking Spanish around me. I carefully listen to what they're saying and I try to figure out what the conversation is about. I don't speak fluent Spanish, but I understand a lot, and that is because I listen. Trust me when I tell you this works. The only reason you've never thought about it is because most of the time you're too busy talking. So here is my challenge to you. Take a notepad or a journal, something you can write on with you everywhere you go. And when you hear people talking, pick something they say and write it down. Just pick a sentence that you hear and write it down. Okay? The grammar doesn't matter. If you spell it incorrectly, that's okay. That's understandable. I don't expect you to know how to write perfect English. But you can take that incorrect grammar and just go write it down on Google Translate and it'll correct your bad grammar. What's the purpose of that? One, you're using your sense of hearing to try and guess how a word is spelled. And if you continue to do that, you'll start to notice how easy it is to spell words in English. You are lucky. Writing words in English is easy. In Spanish, that's another story. There's so many letters that you have to write certain accents on and dashes and lines and all that stuff. But in English, there's none of that. Two, take whatever it is that you write down in English and go put it in Google Translate. That way you can figure out what it means if you didn't know what it meant already. Keep that notepad with you the next time you're out listening to English to write down, and I promise you, you're going to hear the same sentence that you wrote down before. And guess what? You're not gonna have to write it down again. Why? Because you already know what it means. You learned something. Man, I should be getting paid for this. Trust me, take my word for it, do this. I'm telling you, you're gonna come tell me later on, oh my God, D, you were so right. I did what you said and I learned something new. Yes, I know this because I'm trying to tell you it worked.